Now, I was hoping you could explain to me, for our listeners, just what World Youth Day is and what in particular it was about this year in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, the very exciting city of Rio. World Youth Day is a huge global event for young Catholics, predominantly up to the age of 35, who gather together in prayer, through Mass, celebration, in order to renew, reignite or deepen their Catholicity, and also then to make a difference in the world beyond World Youth Day. And it was the idea of Pope John Paul II. So it's a reasonably new initiative in that there's probably only been 5 World Youth Days to date.
I've heard there were lots of events and activities as well. Was that some fun?
World Youth Day for most people is actually a bit bigger than just the World Youth Day week, and various groups maintain or undertake projects leading up to World Youth Day. Our group here in the Archdiocese of Adelaide decided to participate in what was called Mission Week. So we were hosted by a parish in Sao Paulo, a city of 13 million people in Brazil, so it was fairly massive, by a parish of the name of São Judas Tadeu, and we spent 5 days there, and that was a wonderful precursor to World Youth Day. Very different because we were actually billeted by families. We were very much immersed in the life of the community, and in this particular instance, words can't even express the welcome that they gave us. I don't know how many times they said, we have been waiting for this day for so long, and you are such a blessing to us to be here. And for us, that was it was quite difficult to comprehend that, because for us, they were the blessing to our group to have us and welcome us. So that was an amazing experience. And then we moved on to World Youth Day week in Rio, and that particular week does have a number of events, Sophie, as you mentioned. There was an opening mass on Copacabana Beach, celebrated by the Archbishop of Brazil.
And there was also, I've heard, exciting cultural events for the Youth Festival too.
The Youth Festival had a number of events that you could choose from. So it was a lovely menu of a variety of things that you could undertake, from concerts with some of our leading Christian singers to reconciliation with priests that spoke something like over 250 different languages that you could attend reconciliation. And there was a wonderful big centre called Vivo Rio, and that was the English-speaking centre for any pilgrims that spoke English, and they had concerts, they had big screens. There was also dancing events, there were movies. It was a plethora of events that you could choose from.
What did you think of how all these amazing events combined sort of like art stuff, so amazing performances, concerts, movies, with more worship things? What do you think of the combination?
I genuinely believe that young people today need to have a sense of belonging and a sense of celebration. And so those events are really important in terms of providing a platform for young people to be able to express their Catholicity and their spirituality. So both events are pivotal. One without the other doesn't work, in my opinion. And I think the blend of being able to attend Mass, reconciliation and prayer was a beautiful way of nurturing your relationship with Jesus, whereas the arts festivals expanded that. So I think they go hand in hand beautifully, and one can't be done without the other.
And also it would sort of extend everybody who went their sort of cultural horizons, perhaps, say they've never been out of their country before.
Look, South America is a really different country from what most young people would know from their experiences here. My first trip to Rio earlier this year was a little bit of an eye-opener. I actually expected Rio to be the London of South America. And in fact, it's still, in lots of ways, in terms of construction, road, public transport, it's still very behind what we would know here in Australia. So what we ate was very different, and yet, the similarity is that we're all human and we're all part of one big family, God's family. So yes, it was a great opportunity for young people to learn about a different culture and a different language and even different ways of celebrating the Mass. But on the other hand, a really clear wake-up call that we are part of one family.
Do you believe you've learnt anything new about Catholic worship in Brazilian culture?
Oh, the Brazilians certainly do it well. Certainly the music and the way that they are able to harness their spirituality through their music, and also through their, for want of a better word, the way the way they can dance, the way they use their hands in praise and worship, but also just their sense of a critical mass. And I think that's our challenge here in Australia, in that when you go to a church on a Sunday, the reality is there are not many young people there.
Perhaps we should start dancing.
Yeah, well, perhaps you're right. I think one of the incredible things for me when this music started and everybody was clapping and all the priests were processing in and walked up onto the sanctuary, lo and behold, lots of the priests took out their mobile phones and started taking photographs of the parishioners and the congregation dancing and singing. They were dancing and singing, and it was so enlightening to see them so much a part of the Mass, as opposed to perhaps, as we might see them here, just the leader of the Mass celebration itself. They're very immersed in the celebration.
Today we're talking about World Youth Day and Mark's experience there. What was that like?
World Youth Day was a beautiful experience, definitely an eye-opener. Every moment was a grace, and right now it's just all about settling in back to home and trying to apply everything that I gathered there to the place where I am now.
I've heard there were lots of different kind of events there, worship, Mass, and there was also cultural events to do with Brazil, because this was in, of course, Rio de Janeiro.
I think the wide variety of events that were there were absolutely amazing. There was nothing there that would just sort of be stale. Everything there was exciting. And because Brazil in itself, the culture there is always, loud, a lot of music, a lot of dancing. For any event, whether it's Mass or whether it's a prayer or whether it's a praise and worship, Brazil really knew how to light it up, and that's what made it amazing. So we had our mission week, and the events that we had there, staying with the parish, involved things like visiting the favelas, so the poor areas. During that time we brought the cross, and we just visited them and sort of brought some hope and some joy into their lives. We also visited the orphanages, played with some kids, a bit of social justice information. Outside of Mission Week, though, all the World Youth Day events are great. A lot of Mass, catechisms, different prayers, so yeah, just a good variety.
What was your favourite in particular?
Favorite in particular, on a superficial level, I quite enjoyed the samba. The samba during Mission Week in Sao Paulo was really fun, and I love it how they incorporated sort of a Catholic feel to it. The samba, it turned into a worship, and the singers started singing praise and worship songs in Brazilian or in Portuguese. Everyone was still dancing to it, so that was amazing in itself. It, from what was just meant to be a fun, sort of chilled night, turned out to be a very enriching and an empowering night through dance and through song. But my favourite moment out of all would probably have to be the Saturday night vigil on Copacabana Beach. It was beautiful in the sense that the Pope was there celebrating the Saturday night vigil. The ceremony was beautiful, and the message, the homily that he gave that night, to really go against the tide and not be afraid and go beyond the walls of the church and your parish or your groups, was empowering in that sense. And I think the highlight for me that night was adoration. I think that was just a beautiful moment of silence. In Rio, everything is really loud. You can imagine millions of people roaming the streets and the beaches, and there's not much quiet time, there's not much time to reflect. So adoration was a time for all of us, all 175 countries, all the youth, to just kneel down before God and offer ourselves up. So it was great.